Getting some on the go unloading. Dan is picking while unloading on the grain cart. Got Danny running the grain cart. We making moves down the highway. As you can see, that thing takes up the whole road. I got the grain cart back here behind me. That's where I'll be stopping at over there. Bumpity bumpity bump. Dan getting, I can't think of his name, he's helping us haul. Getting his truck loaded. I'm sitting in the tractor waiting on Danny to come with the other truck. Wow. So you see the grass growed up in this field? This is where the corn drowned. For the past 2 weeks we've been experiencing a lot of low yielding corn because earlier in the year the corn drowned. But that comes with farming. Some years are good, some years are bad, some yields are good, some yields are bad. Nevertheless, our trust still remains in the Lord. Once again, we're in another field where the corn didn't do well because it's a wet field, and I'm looking at some of these places and it looks like probably when Danny did the last Roundup spraying, it probably was too wet for him to get out there and spray it, so the weeds overtook it and of course choked out the corn. So there's a lot of bare places out there. So we are in the last field of corn for this year. I don't know if you guys remember, I had done a video, I believe, in this same field as we were finishing planting corn. But as stated in some of the previous little clips, once again, this is a wet field, and being that we got so much water earlier in the year, a lot of this has drowned, and there's places where those bushes that you see out there called cocoberry bushes, some of them, but they have overtaken some of the corn. A lot of it is morning glories too. The morning glories will crawl like a vine, but I can imagine that the yield out here probably is not good as well. Just looking at the plants, I don't know if you can see it in the middle of the field, but there's definitely nothing out there. I'm gonna get out and go check it out. Like I said, in the beginning of the harvest season, the corn was doing pretty good, but it dropped way off, like under half of what it was yielding in the beginning. And then when you get in these, that's a cocoberry plant there, but then you get into, let me see if I can find the morning glories. Oh yeah, that's one right there. That morning glory, it grows like a vine, and it's hard to pick through that stuff because it'll get wrapped up around the auger and the rollers on the combine header, and it'll also make the moisture on the corn higher. It'll have to be dried at a higher heat level. But I'm gonna get back in the tractor so he don't run me over. Yeah, so he's motoring on through it, even though it's full of weeds, but it's not gonna yield much. So he's picked probably about, I'll say this is probably about at least 10 acres worth. At least 10 acres worth. And has not gotten a full hopper yet. As a matter of fact, he was turning around in the field right there where the weeds get the tallest at, because there's nothing out there. This is actually a new field for us. We just got this field this year. But as we can see, it's definitely a wet field right here in the middle. I guess that's what you would call a frog pond. That's where the water sits a lot. But being that we got so much rain, it definitely drowned out. And Danny probably wasn't even able to get out there to get the last dose of Roundup out there. Because I just ran through some ruts. So it probably got too wet for him to even put Roundup out there. And that's what happens. And so this portion of the field is a tiny bit better looking. A tiny bit. But like I said, sometimes things work out just right and sometimes they don't. Gotta take the good with the bad. So he's getting down to the last few passes. Today is September the 15th. We planted this field. This is the last field. It was May the 14th. So 4 months later, we're harvesting the last of the corn. So I guess this would be it for the corn harvesting season. Got me loaded up. We leaving out of the field. Guess he's gonna go blow off. We'll probably spray some burn down on the cornfields like we did last year early, so that it can be dead all throughout the year and it won't create a root system. All right, go get this unloaded. Let's see, that combine ain't running faster than me. You doing what, 25? Last bit of unloading. Guess he's around there getting it blowed off. I don't think we're gonna wash it until we're done with the beans. I hope not, because that's a big job for washing. That's what I was talking about earlier. The morning glories getting wrapped around the auger. But he didn't have too much of a problem. I didn't see him having to stop and back up too much. So while he's blowing off, I'm gonna see if I can poke that little bit of corn that's hung up in the bottom of this grain cart. See how much corn's over there. Okay. It's pretty slick in here. Gotta be careful. I think I need 2 hands, so I gotta put this phone down. Well, we're heading on back to the shop. That'll do it for 2020 corn harvesting season. There's a field we picked earlier in the year, and it's got some voluntary corn coming up. But hope you guys enjoyed the few clips that you did get to see. And of course, there'll be more to come. Peanuts are next. You guys stay blessed.